Satnam Yogis, and welcome to today's Kundalini Yoga Kriya. I'm Tuğçe, Koçoğlu-Hobden, founder of Heart and Purpose. And before we begin the Kriya for the next 40 minutes, make sure you've got a glass of water, a blanket, cushion, pillow, any props that you might need, and some cozy socks as well for Shavasana at the end. So, when we're ready, we're going to tune in with the Adi mantra. We're going to chant it 3 times. And this is the chant that we tune in with to connect with our golden chain, our chain of teachers, guides, students, ancestors, angels. And that helps us to connect. And then we'll go into the Mangalacharan chant, the chant for protection, which we'll also chant 3 times. So begin by rubbing the palms together, put them together into prayer pose, thumbs touching the sternum, elbows floated wide. Inhale deeply. Exhale completely. And inhale to tune in. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Adgure Name, Jugadgure Name, Satgure Name, Sri Gurudeve Name. Adgure Name, Jugadgure Name, Satgure Name, Sri Gurudeve Name. Adgure Name, Jugadgure Name, Satgure Name, Sri Gurudeve Name. Now inhale deeply. Pull the pelvic floor muscles up and in as if you're stopping urination. Squeeze the rectum. Pull, pull, pull. And release the breath and release the hands back down to your knees, palms facing up. And just allow your energy to settle. And just notice and experience the sensations. Now, coming into easy pose, so if you're sitting on a cushion, remove the cushion, just place your hands on your knees and inhale forwards. And as you inhale forwards, begin to rotate. You can either rotate right or left, and these are Sufi grinds or Sufi circles, as I prefer to call them. So inhaling forwards. And as you rotate your body back, leaning back, exhale, and then inhaling forwards, exhaling back. And we're going to be doing this for about 1.5 minutes on each side. Remembering to inhale as you inhale to push your belly out. Exhale, pulling the belly back towards the spine. This is long and deep breathing. This is how we want to be breathing throughout our Kundalini Yoga classes. Our breath, as we inhale, we expand our belly. On the exhale, we pull it back. And we're going to be making sure that our seat bones are firmly rooted as we circle our torso, and making sure that we're making these giant circles with our body, and rotate to the opposite direction, so inhaling forward, exhaling back, and again giant circles with the body, keeping the seat bones firmly rooted on your mat, on the earth. Feeling the connection to the earth, to Mother Earth, to Gaia. And we're working on the lower triangle here, the lower triangle, the lower chakras, as well as the glands and organs in that abdominal area, moving the energy up through the channels, up through the spine to the higher centers. This is activating that Kundalini, that Danti and that center navel point where the Kundalini is activated, allowing it to rise up through the higher centers, up through the chakras and up through the spine. Inhaling forwards, exhaling back. If your mind begins to wander, you can always mentally chant Sat on the inhale, Nam on the exhale. Now inhale deeply. Pull the pelvic floor muscles up and in, squeeze the rectum and release it. Again, placing your hands on your knees, palms facing up, allowing the energy to settle, the pranic force, the life force, to distribute. Now come on to all fours into tabletop, and we're going to be doing some cat-cows here to really flex the spine. So on the inhale, come into cow, so looking up, and on the exhale, arching the back into cat. Really slowly and gently inhale into cow. Exhale into cat. And you can also add a bit of movement into this so it makes a really fluid, juicy asana. Moving the hips as well, releasing the hips. In cow, really trying to create a U shape in the back, and in cat, arching it. So we're really flexing that spine. We're getting the spinal fluid moving. Again, that helps the Kundalini, that energy, to move up from the lower centers up into the higher centers of the brain. And we want to be doing this really slowly so that we are overriding any patterns, any habits that our bodies have formed. When we do things quickly, we are doing it out of habit. So we're just really slowing it down and really being intentional about our movements. Again, inhaling in cat. Exhale in cow. Exhaling in cat, inhaling in cow. And now inhale. And just come back into, you can come into rock pose or into easy pose, whichever feels comfortable for you. Ready for the next asana. So whichever position you feel most comfortable, choose that position, and we're going to come into ego consolidator. So bring your hands, put the palms of your fingers into the palms of your hands. Your thumbs are sticking up and your arms are going to be at 60 degrees. Elbows are straight, and we're going to be doing breath of fire here. And we'll be here for about 1.5 minutes. So let's begin breath of fire. So that's equal inhales and exhales through the nose. So pumping the belly really dynamically as we're doing this. And as you can see from the side, I'm pumping the belly, really activating that navel point. And if you're not familiar with Breath of Fire, go and have a look at my tutorial. I have a tutorial on Breath of Fire, really breaks it down for you on my channel. So keeping the shoulders down, elbows straight, and keeping that angle. And this is called ego consolidator. It used to be called ego eradicator, but we don't want to eradicate the ego. We need our ego in this reality, in this life, human life that we're living. We need it to work with us. We don't want it to be overpowering, but we want it to help us in this third dimensional reality that we are in. The yogis would say that actually the ego is the glue that helps soul in body. So now inhale deeply. Bring your thumbs together, touching. Spread your fingers out wide and release the breath. Release the arms. Allow them to float down on either side of you, and bring your palms onto your laps facing up. And again, just experience the sensations of this asana, of that powerful breath of fire, ego consolidator. Just experience it without any judgment. And we're now coming into the next asana. You can stay in easy pose or in rock pose. Now bring your fists into a punch. So your thumbs are on the outside. And then on the exhale, you punch, inhale to the body. Exhale, punch, inhale to body. Exhale, punch, inhale to body. Exhale, punch, inhale, body. Although we're not doing breath of fire, it sounds like it is a little bit of a gentle breath of fire, as our breath naturally will be making this as we are doing this asana. So inhale, exhale, punch, exhale, punch, exhale, punch. So we're inhaling and exhaling through the nose as we're punching, really releasing that anger or frustration that we might have. And again, we are rooted on our seat bone, so we're only moving our upper body, we're not moving the lower body. And we're going to be doing this for 1.5 minutes, followed by the same asana but in double time, so it'll be quicker. Punch it, really punch out. And as you're punching, keep your fists horizontal to the ground like I'm doing. Now inhale, and let's do double time. So inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. So quickening, this is double time. We're only going to do this for 30 seconds, so give it all you've got. Really punching out as you exhale through the nose. And we're going to do this for another 30 seconds, but with both fists at the same time. So get ready. Keep going, keep going. We're almost there. Almost there. Keep punching, really punch it out now. Both fists. making sure that as you're punching out, the fists are parallel with the floor. And we'll be doing this for 30 seconds. So really give it all you've got. Really punch out. We're releasing, we're transmuting that energy that is needed. Anger is not good or bad. It is neither. It is just is. It is an emotion, and it can really help us when utilized correctly. It can really help us. Now inhale deeply. Squeeze the rectum, squeeze the pelvic floor muscles, and release. Place your hands on your thighs and knees, palms facing up. Just experience the experience. Maybe noticing in your body, maybe you're having tingles, or maybe there's nothing at all. That's absolutely fine. Whatever your experience is, it's perfect. Now, come onto your heels. You can place a blanket here or cushion here, either between your ankles and your bottom or under your ankles, whatever feels comfortable. You want to get comfortable here. And we're going to be coming into baby sphinx with a breath of fire now. So baby sphinx will be sliding your hands, so your elbows are where your hands were. And then try and look up now. Bring your head up. So you're looking straight in front of you. I'm trying to make a little bit of a U in the back if that's possible. And here begin breath of fire. So keep looking up. Your eyes can be open here. And it might actually be more comfortable to put the cushion between your bottom and your heels as well. So breath of fire. Keep the head looking up. You're looking out in front of you so that you're really expanding and opening up your heart center. Almost feel that energy pulling up from your navel area up into your heart centers, and that you're emanating this beautiful love energy out towards everyone around you, in front of you and around you. Now inhale and exhale, and come now into child's pose, into Guru Pranam. So just touching your head to the mat. Just rest in this beautiful, nourishing asana for a minute. We've been doing a lot of movement, so we just want to sit and process and integrate such an important aspect of Kundalini Yoga, to have spaces in between the asanas to allow for that integration. And now gently coming up. Gently come up, raising your head very slowly. And coming into crow pose. So crow pose is when we have our heels flat on the mat. The feet are pointing out. You can also sit on your cushion for this if crow pose is difficult or challenging on the knees. Or you can just, if you can, bring your arms and hands into prayer pose, pushing the hands together, palms together, and then pressing out, pressing your against your inner thigh, so pressing out. And here we'll be doing breath of fire. So breath of fire, really pumping that navel point again. Keep pushing your elbows against your inner thighs, so you're having that resistance. You're also pressing your palms together, so we're creating that balance, that union between the left and right hemispheres, our divine feminine and our divine masculine, and also of the right and left hemispheres of the brain. Really pumping the navel. Now, inhale and hold the breath. Squeeze the rectum. Squeeze the pelvic floor muscles. And gently now release and bring your palms onto the mat and just relax here. Just hang for a moment. As we now come lying on our backs. Oops, not yet. Now we're coming into a leg raise. So bringing your left or your right knee, bending one of those. So I'm going to start with my left knee bent, holding onto it with clasping it with your hands. And then raising the right leg, foot is flexed. And here we're going to begin breath of fire for 30 seconds. So let's begin. If you prefer, you could do a slightly gentler breath of fire. We call this breath Panch Tattva. So again, we're really pumping the navel, but slightly slower. Keep the foot flexed, keep the back long, the spine is long. We're only here for 30 seconds, so keep going. Now release it and switch over. Holding on to the right leg or the opposite leg and bring up the other leg. Foot is flexed. And again, breath of fire for 30 seconds. Really raising that leg. Pumping the navel. Again, either breath of fire, so quick breath of fire, or Panjava Tattva, which is a slightly slower breath of fire. Now release it and bring both legs out in front of you and just jiggle them. Jiggle them round so that you're just releasing that energy from your legs. And remembering to keep hydrated. This is an active Kriya, so coming into the next asana, we are going to be coming into U pose with a breath of fire again. And just a reminder, if breath of fire, if you're menstruating, you can choose just to do long and deep breathing. So I'm just demonstrating what we're going to be doing here, breath of fire, or long and deep breathing if you're menstruating or just don't feel like it. Now bring your legs up and your hands up, and then begin jostling the hands and the legs and doing breath of fire. So you may feel like you just want to jostle without the breath of fire until you get the hang of it. So jostling is really great. We're really moving the energy, activating the channels in the hands and the feet as well, the nerve endings. And by lying on our backs, we're also flushing out the torso by lying on our backs with our hands and legs raised and with breath of fire. So keep jostling. It's quite a funny, silly one, so it always makes me giggle. Always fun to giggle when we're not to take ourselves too seriously as well. And now hold your breath and extend your legs and feet and your hands, and exhale, pull your knees to your chest. And now just maybe massage it a little bit, couple of times by rock and rolling on your spine before coming up into a seated position. And again, just resting here for a moment. Eyes are closed, drishti or the gaze at the third eye center, and allowing the pranic force to settle. And we're now coming to the standing portion of this Kriya. So you can come up into standing either by coming into down dog, pumping the legs, the knees, and just coming slowly and gently into a standing position, not too quickly. Don't want to get dizzy. And this next asana is in goddess pose or in horse stance, and it's called Yali pose. So coming into goddess, a deep goddess, so deep horse stance. Feet are at an angle pointing outwards, and then your arms are going to be at these 90-degree angles, and you're going to bring your hands into bear claws, bear claws here. So, and the tongue is sticking out all the way out, and eyes are wide open, and we'll be doing breath of fire. We're also going to come onto the balls of our feet. So once you're ready, stick your tongue out and begin breath of fire, panting like a dog. This is lion's breath. Really stick out the tongue, eyes are wide open. Really try and maintain the pose, maintain your goddess, deep goddess, really activating the bone marrow, the blood vessels in the blood cells in the bone marrow, and activating the solar plexus region with this panting, powerful breath. Your fingers are in claws, so you're really rigid there. And not long left here, not long at all. And if you can't keep balance, that's okay. Just keep going for another few seconds. Now inhale and release it. Come up into standing. And just experiencing the sensations after that powerful asana. Really powerful asana, well done. And coming back into goddess for just a few more punches. Again, I really want to go into deep goddess here. Now bring your hands back into fists. Thumbs are curled outside the fingers. Fists are parallel with the floor. And then again, exhale as you punch out. Inhaling through the nose, exhaling through the nose. Keeping in that deep horse stance, we are really activating the femur in the bone marrow in the femur, in the thighs. The bone marrow, which holds all the red blood cells, we're really activating that and creating fresh blood, red blood, and allowing that to circulate through our body. And this blood is what helps to create our blood chemistry. Blood chemistry is what in turn creates our emotions and thoughts and feelings. So keep punching, speeding up a little bit. Now, double fists at the same time. Inhale, exhale, exhale as you're punching out. Really punching out really activating that heart center as well, allowing that Kundalini, that energy to flow throughout our body and moving that energy throughout, moving any anger that's stored in our body. Now inhale and release. And just standing here for a moment, you can dangle, moving that cerebral spinal fluid to our higher centers up the spine into our brain. And the last asana here is painting the aura. So inhale up, exhale swoop down, inhale swoop up, and as you stretch, bend back, exhale down. And inhale, exhale, just painting the aura, our electromagnetic field. We're now at the end of our Kriya. You've done it. You have reached your goal. We have moved the energy, transmuted the energy through the body. Any anger is flowing, as I was saying. Now just coming to a dangle again. Come lying on your back into Shavasana. You can put on your warm socks if you wish, or a blanket around you, and just get comfortable and cozy. Keep warm. I'm feeling quite warm, so I'm just going to lie here in Shavasana. We'll be here for about 10 minutes. And just get really comfortable. Relax your feet, relax your toes, relax your ankles and your calves. Deeply and completely relaxing your knees and your thighs. Your sacrum, your lower spine, your pelvic area, your pelvis, your diaphragm, your spine, relaxing your lungs and your heart completely. Relaxing your shoulders, your neck, your head, your forehead and your face, your cheeks, your jaw, your teeth. Deeply and completely relaxing. Your neck, your arms, elbows, wrists, and your hands, your fingers and your palms. Deeply and completely relaxing. And now, bringing your awareness back into your body, begin to wriggle your toes and your fingers. Rub your hands and the soles of your feet together, activating those 72,000 nadis, those energy channels. Now give yourself a big stretch into your body glove. Stretch from the tips of your fingers to the ends of your toes. And now come into a cat stretch. Left knee over the right side, right hand on the left knee. Feeling that stretch in your lower back. Your right hand on the left knee, your left hand is extended. Now the opposite knee, left hand on right knee, pushing it over to the left side, your right arm extended, feeling it in the lower back. Nice and gentle. And before you come up, just bring your knees to your chest and gently rock and roll, rolling on your back, massaging your spine. Coming back into a seated position before we come into our meditation today. And this meditation is a breathing technique. It's a pranayama. So come and sit on your cushion so that your hips are above your knees. Put on a blanket, keep warm. And today's meditation is Sitali breath. We're going to be doing this for 3 minutes. Our mudra is Venus lock. So we're going to interlace the fingers, left thumb over right, or right thumb over left. And we're going to be bringing our tongue into Sitali breath, or taco tongue, as if you're breathing through a straw. So on the inhale, we push our belly out, but we breathe through the straw, through the Sitali breath, and exhale through the nose. And then if you want to place, traditionally men have their thumb over the left. Traditionally women have their thumb over their thumb over the right, on top of the right. But it depends really on, what energies you're trying to bring in today. It's all, we have masculine and feminine energy. So if you feel like you need motivation, you can put your right thumb over your left. If you feel like more inspiration or intention, put your left thumb on your right. And let's begin inhaling through Sitali breath. Eyes are closed. The drishti is at the third eye center. Inhale, Sitali breath. Exhale through the nose. Inhale as if you're breathing, drawing air up through a straw, pushing the belly out, and exhale through your nose. And letting your mudra resting between your solar plexus and your heart center. This is a really lovely cooling breath. Not only is it known as the cooling breath, which can physically cool you down. So if you're overheating, if you've been doing a lot of cardiovascular exercises or running, swimming, and you need to cool down, or if it's hot outside, it's brilliant to do in the height of summer just to cool the temperature down in the body. But it is also known to really cool the internal body, the system, when we are angry or even rage or even frustrated. And it really helps to settle the body and regulate it. Now just here for a little bit longer. Now inhale through Sitali. Hold this breath. And release it. Digest this breath. Place your hands on your knees, palms facing up. Just experiencing the sensations. And when you're ready, bring your palms together and rub them together as we come to tune out with a long sat and a short nam. Inhale deeply. Exhale completely. Inhale to tune out. Sat Nam. Bring your thumbs to your forehead and place your hands on the ground and just bow Namaste. And gently and slowly bringing yourself up back into seated position. Namaste. Thank you, yogis. Thank you, yoginis, for being here. Sending you so much love.